Getting a little messy today. You see I got the stringers up and I'm roughing up the edges. You can see right here I'm just making sure that the edges are not square. I want a nice beveled edge on there. The fiberglass doesn't like sharp edges. You can't just turn it like that. It needs to have a transition. So it's just as well that these are nice sharp edges and I didn't have to route them. And the other thing is using the vibrating saw just creates, a very manageable waste. So that's all good. The other thing you might notice on here is I'm cutting up some more of the old stuff. This is a little stiffener ridge that went underneath the bait box. And so let me just explain what we're doing with the bait boxes here. This whole section is going to be foam filled, right? So the bait box won't be able to drain down this channel anymore like it used to. It needs to drain through this stringer. So we're going to take up this little stiffener ridge, and then I'm gonna fill this back with some plywood, and then when we get ready to glass the stringers, we're going to glass completely over this and make this flat. And that way, when we get the flooring in and we get ready to build the bait boxes from the floor down, we'll have a nice flat surface here. Well, semi-flat. We're going to make it so that it will drain into this stringer right here, and then we'll be able to cut and patch and drill that hole and put a proper tubing into that. But that's the plan. So we'll cut this stringer out so that we can have this nice and flat. When I say flat, it's going to be able to drain, but you won't have this stiffener in the way to make an extra little place where water can get trapped. Anyway, that's the plan. We're going to drain it through the center. And likewise, we have this bait box up here with the same situation. So I don't know if you can see, I've cut away. This had kind of a defect here. This little stiffener had a loop, and that's really not very strong to do that anyway. But we're going to put a piece of core material in here, and then when we glass this out, that stringer right there will taper into that piece of core material. And likewise, this bait box will drain through that stringer right here into the central bilge. The center bilge area right here will anytime you drain that bait box out, it'll go that way. And again, this whole front section and underneath down here, this is all going to be foam filled. That will all be foam filled back in here. So there'll be no way for that bait box to drain other than through the center bilge area. So that's what I'm working on today, and hopefully we can get some glass down. We got the center stringer built up to match. That's the cross member right there, and we just need to rough these things up, and once we get that done, I'll give it a good cleaning. We'll vacuum all this out and get all the dust out so that we have a good adhesion surface for that fiberglass when we start glassing these stringers in place. All right, all cleaned up, ready to go. You see, this is cedar. It's a little core material that we put in here underneath this bait box. But you should be able to see, I don't know if you can see the angle. I guess you need perspective. But you can see how the water flow will come down here and then exit right here in this little gap right here. Obviously, there's some holes, gaps to fill and whatnot, but that'll all happen once we start doing the bait boxes in earnest. But this is just a replacement for what would have been this structural ridge right here, and also to build it up so when we do the glassing here on the stringers, it'll all be integrated. So that's the plan anyway. Didn't have to do it on the other one. That one was, I don't know if you can see, these two stringers are not centered. This one's a little closer to center and this one's off. So because of that, the structure underneath is just a little different. And you can see right here that it just goes right from here to that edge, and that matches up perfect with that, so we won't have a problem. All right, so all we need to do now is start planning our fiberglass. So I'm gonna bring in the rolls of fiberglass and do some pre-cutting and get a plan as to what layers are going to go where and when. All right, so planning out what's going to go where. One of the things that I thought ahead on was to get rolls that were of a decent width, so it'd be easier for me to plan out these little bands of chop strand. And the 1708 that we're going to put on top of that is also in a nice roll, so we should be able to make it real easy for us to manage these instead of having, you know, big long sheets that I have to cut into specific widths. So now I only have to make one cut for each measurement. And I do have some just typical, this is like a big sheet of chop strand and a sheet of some woven cloth. And so, you know, this is just for like, you know, some of the oddball shapes like the cross member there, and some of this other stuff with the bait boxes. But that's the plan. I just wanted to kind of keep you in touch there. Once I start actually making the resin, the bare hands are going to get gloved, really close to gloving them right now, dealing with this chop strand, but won't be able to catch that much video of me working in it. But I'll cut back in when I take a break, and we'll show you where we're at. I don't know if I've bought enough, but we'll get done as much as we can. Well, I ran out of resin, but I managed to get all but one section of the chop strand down on the stringers. I didn't get the inside of this one, so I have to get a little bit more resin. And the other part of that is on top of, I was going to go, the method what I have here is one section of chop strand from this corner to here, and then I have another section of chop strand from here to the top edge right here. So that manages this transition, and this one manages this transition right here. The next thing that I was going to do was run a cap over the top, all the way over the top of this stringer with 1708, which is that combination woven strand with chop strand on the bottom, and that would have bound them all together. But I ran out of resin, so we have to order some more. So the resin that we're using today is Total Boat's 5-to-1 ratio. This comes with the pumps that automatically pre-measure for you, so you don't have to worry about you know, getting the right measurement. This is a great system. I got to tell you, it worked really well. I regret getting the smaller ones. I bought 2 of these. I probably should have got the bigger size, but in all, the product worked really well, and it was really easy to deal with. So I normally, or what I was doing is working in batches of 10 pumps, and then 10 pumps. You do 10 pumps of this one, 10 pumps of that one. You stir it up for 2 minutes, and then you go out and do your job. But the chop strand looks like it transitioned really well from the old areas onto the new, and you can see this is the new core that I put in under this bait box, and it went off pretty good. So overall I'm pretty happy with it. It's very sturdy. I mean, that's like a rock. That isn't going nowhere. So anyway, that's all I have to cover on the video for today. Check back and we'll get the 1708 on the top, and then we can start talking about getting the marine grade plywood on here and get a good floor in. But coming up, you'll see we're going to start working on the transom. I did a little exploratory here, and this transom is shot. We're gonna have to pull all this old core out and cut off this back side, put a new core in there, and then epoxy it all back together and make a new transom. This is not going to work. So just another task, but we'll get it straightened out. That's all I got today. Make sure you check back. Cheers.